Hey, what's up everyone? In today's video we'll be looking at the newest DOM lock, which is the DOM RS Sirius. So let's jump right into it by looking at the key. So a really prominent feature, this red star, which I can only assume is supposed to be the Sirius star. I don't know if that was the intention, but I think that might be it. There's the RS marking. Looking at our bitting, we can see that there are 6 pins inside, and on the side we also have some passive pins, 1, 2, 3 on this side and 3 on this side. And I think it's the passive pins that are mostly the new thing in these locks. Let's take a look at the housing. Nothing too interesting from the front, but if you look inside of the housing, we can see 4 grooves that look like sidebar grooves, but in fact I think that these are the grooves that where the passive pins can get stuck if you don't have the correct key. So that's probably the most interesting part about the housing. Or actually, maybe not, because if you look closely, we of course have our 6 pin chambers here, but there's also like this little side chamber that looks really like the ones in the 2-row DOM dimple locks, or like the side chamber in the DOM RS8, and it goes through all the housing. It's basically, there's nothing in there, and you can see that I can stick my pig in there. There's nothing in there, and what's triggering me as well is that something is making this rattling sound. I don't know what it is, but it's not in this chamber, it's somewhere else. I don't know what it is. Maybe some drill protection inside, I don't know, but it's a mystery for me for now. So yeah, that's interesting. I don't know what it is, because there's nothing, no matching hole in the plug, as you will see. So yeah, there's our plug. Just 6 chambers without any overmilling or countermilling, drill protection in the front, and 6 chambers on each side on 5 o'clock position and 7 o'clock positions for the passive pins. Interestingly enough, this one is a bit wider, and the passive pin that goes in is a little bit thicker or wider as well, of course. And yeah, no matching hole for that one I showed you, so who knows, someone will definitely find out. So this is our keyway. Sorry, yeah, there you can see it. Nothing too horrible, a bit of wording in there. I don't know if this is supposed to say DOM or what from some angle, but if yes, they did actually a pretty bad job. I don't know, maybe I'm just making it up, but I feel like they wanted to make the DOM sign in here from the wording, but it doesn't really look like it. So yeah, there's the wording, and pins. We can find some pretty typical pins in your DOM in DOM lock. So these are some torpedo key pins in here. So you can definitely overset these, and they will just hang above the shear line and will not drop until everything else drops. So there's 3 of them. In this case, I think it's bitting dependent. And for the driver pins, we have 2 spools. Hello, yes. I don't think they are tapered, they are just spools, and 4 of these DOM barrels that are pretty effective, and they are a bit tapered, and they have these sharp lips, almost like ESA barrels, but they work a bit different. They feel really tapered, so that's what they do. Unfortunately, no DOM magic spools or T-spools or barbell spools, if you know what I mean, but all of these are pretty effective. And as I mentioned, we have 6 passive pins here, One of them is a bit shorter and wider, and they can actually interfere with the plug rotation. When you pick the lock and want to 360 it, you have to push some of them out of the way, but that's basically all they do. They are not really there to resist the picking. They are there for key protection. So picking this lock, I feel like there is nothing too special. It's basically like picking any other DOM pin tumbler lock. So what that means is, funnily enough, this is another DOM pin tumbler that I picked from the wording. I think all of the DOM PTs I picked from the wording. So here as well, I use this ledge on the lower left, so with a short hook it was pretty comfortable. And another thing that I feel like all DOM PTs have in common is that you have to be really methodical about it, and you should be happy about little progress with it. That means these pins do not like to be set like all at once. So what I mean by that is that you sort of want to go through all of these pins as in any other lock, but as soon as you get some feedback from them, be it a click, change of resistance, anything, you just leave it alone and just move on. You don't wanna like push the pin all the way up towards the shear, because you can definitely overset here, and I feel like DOM PTs do not really like it. So that's basically the whole process. You have to be kind of patient about it. And usually how it works is that you pick all these barrel-shaped drivers, then you get a pretty deep full set, and usually it's, again I will repeat myself, but it's the same like in other DOM PTs. These spools need a tiny bit of manual counter rotation, so you won't be able to pick them only by pushing them up. You sort of have to either use your tensioner to manually counter rotate a bit, or even your hook. As you lift the pin, you can sort of rotate it and rotate the block a bit back to get the spool over the shear. So this really reminded me of picking a DOM Plura or Sigma. I think this lock is successor to one of these two, I don't know which one, but it looks like it offers better key control because of these passive pins. Other than that, it's a pretty fun pick. I definitely recommend getting it if you can, guys. It's not really an expensive lock, so if you liked picking Plura or Sigma, I think this might be just for you, because it was really pretty fun. To pick this lock, I used two of these Moki hooks. Both of them are with the flat top, and one is shallow and one is like the medium size. And for tensioning, it was this 1mm pry bar from Moki as well. Alright, so I think that's all I wanted to say, so let's just go ahead and get this lock picked. Alright, here we go. Okay, works. So let's start with this really shallow hook, and let's go counterclockwise and go real slow. So pretty heavy tension. I'll click on 2 and 3 as well, nothing on 4. I'll click on 6, click on 2 again, something out of 5, 6 is binding 2, click there, so it's good for now. So with 3, click on 5 and 6 again, okay, click on 3 and 5 and 6 once again, 2 now, 3 nothing, 5 and 6 again, 1 and 2, little something there, 3 is binding now, okay, full set. Let's go back to 1, nothing, 2, 3, 4 is binding. Okay, click there. And now 1. Double click on 1. Another click on 4. Okay. So 1, I think. Yeah, 1 is giving me actually counter rotation. And I will switch to a slightly deeper hook. And I know that these stone spools from experience, they need a little bit of manual counter rotation sometimes. So I'm helping a bit with the tensioner. Okay, I think I made it past the shear. So let's see. I think we dropped something though. 3 seems to be good. Okay, 6 was dropped. 1 remains up. 2 and 3 are good. Click on 4. And 4 is going in counter rotation now. And so let's repeat what we did with 1 with a little bit of manual help. Okay, I think I made it past the shear, but probably dropped something. I think this might give us an open, but not yet. Click on 6, click on 5, and now we're open. So let's try to 360 it. So this is the first time the core gets blocked. So I just touch some passive in the back. We go on. Now a passive from this side springs in somehow. So I think I just need to push it like this. Yep. Okay, so now the pins from here, from the Bible dropped in keyway, that should be pretty easy to recover. Yep. And this is the last stop. That should be just back here. Yep, and there's the 360. Alright, so let's just get this lock. And again I will use my method for these pliable circlips. I will use 2 gutting wrenches and sort of spread the circlip in just one plane so it doesn't get warped too much. Okay, that should be enough. So yeah, so gutting this log is actually just a bit annoying. There's lots of passive pins. Okay, let me just make some space here. We will switch to autofocus once again. And bring some tools here. A bit of change of angle. Okay, that should be good. Maybe a bit more. Alright. So yeah, as I said, there's a lot of like 6 passive pins on the bottom of the block actually, so like here and here. So they might fall out actually, but it's not a big deal. But still I would prefer to gut them like in an orderly fashion. I highly doubt that shimming is necessary here, but I will just do it. So if some beginner is watching, he will have good habits shimming locks. I had it as actually a half-assed shim, but should work. Okay, so hopefully we won't drop any of these passives. Okay, so far so good. So key-pins, I won't drop the key-pins just yet. So there's 3 passives here. Okay, I already dropped something I didn't want. Where's the tweezers? Here. One more. Okay, so this was like on the 5 o'clock position, and there's the 7 o'clock position passive, so these go out as well. Yeah, that's it. Now key pins should go out pretty smoothly. Yep. That's the lock. And the drivers should not be a problem at all. Spool, dumb barrel again. And this looks like a spool. And this is a dumb barrel. And this one as well. Okay. So let's just finish up with the springs. And I think we have all of the removable components out. So that means it's time to wrap up today's video. Let me give you a close-up on the pins, passive pins, the key and the plug. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did enjoy picking the RS Sirius. And yeah, go ahead and get yours. I really recommend this, it's a fun pick. So hopefully I will see more of these logs picked in the near future, and I also hope we will see each other really soon with the next video. Until then, bye.